Welcome to Functions Exercise Solutions. So for task 1, import random inside a function with two parameters. What I've done is simply copy and paste this code here, and you'll notice that we have 9 lines of code that we have to fill in. Okay, so we just scroll down here, and we have the final input. So we have first example and the second example, and then the respective outputs for both of them. So 56 and 60 along with their two lists. And we have the hints here as well. Okay, so starting off with hint 1, name the function compute and import random as RD. So all we'll do is def computes colon, and then we'll do import random as RD, which makes sense because we have rd.c10. And that's simply there to ensure that you have the same values as me. Okay, so hint 2, the function compute has two non-default parameters, rad and num. So we'll do rad and num. Number 3, in the for loop, use both if and else control flow. So we want to put if and else under this for loop here. So we'll delete this and put in if. And we'll delete this here and put in else. Okay, and then number 4, use kelsey.append in two parts of this function, one for the if and else. Okay, so all we do here is kelsey.appends s, because we have an empty list called Kelsey, and we'll do the same here under the else. Okay, so number 5, for the if statement, use modulus where it is percentage sign to is equal to num and greater than 10. Okay, so what we do here with the if statements is we wanted to use modulus to equal to num, which is our parameter here, num, and numbers I is greater than 10. And number 6, don't forget to use a return at the end of your function. So we'll just scroll down to make some space here, and we'll delete this and do return, and then for print use the sum for Kelsey. So we'll just simply do sum, and that should do it. So if I run this, there's no errors so far. Okay, great. And let's do compute 20 0 and compute 21. So we can do compute 0, and we'll get 60 0 0 0 all the way to 18. And if we do compute 21, great, so we get 56, and that's exactly the same output as what we have in the desired output. So 56, 17 and 0, and we have 60 and 0 and 18 as the last elements within the list. Okay, so moving on from that, we'll go on to the second task, which is call a nested function and modify its default parameter. And we're working with this function here, which is simply outputting a print statement. Okay, so we've got the final input of Udemy, Python, and we have a desired output of 2 print statements from one function called Udemy. So my favorite language is Python. The coolest part about Python is functions. Okay, so we've got our hints here. So number 1, create a function called Udemy that uses a single print. Alright, so I've just taken the liberty to copy and paste the initial function called lang. What I'm going to do is def Udemy, and the parameter can be changed. So let's call the parameter program, and it's not a default program, hence it can be changed. And we want to have formats, and if I scroll back up, we've got the coolest part about Python is functions. So what we want to do is print the coolest part about, and then we have the curly brackets, is functions dot format, and then we'll do program. And then what we also want to do is call lang inside of Udemy. So lang program, and then that should do it. So if we do Udemy, we'll put in Python. We run this. My favorite language is Python. The coolest part about Python is functions. Great, so it's exactly the same as the desired output. So moving on to task 3. Function repeats another function with input. So we have work with this function here called greets, and we're going to repeat this a total of 3 times. So we have a default parameter of Michael with print hello there, Michael with exclamation mark. We've got desired outputs. So you'll notice that it has hello 3 times, and that's because it's repeating the greet 3 times within our repeat function. So I've taken the liberty, of course, of copying and pasting the greet function, and now we're going to do the repeat function, which is, as you can probably guess, just a for loop. So repeat, and we'll have n, so it's saying n is the parameter to use for a for loop. We'll do colon for I in n, or rather range n, colon, and we have name. So it says here for the second hint, in a repeats function, use the input method and assign it to a variable called name. So we'll do inputs, and it says here student name, so we put in student name, and then we do greet, so place the greet function inside the repeat function, and then we put name, and that should do it. So if we run this code now for this particular function, repeat, we'll do repeat, and we'll do it 3 times because the output of the greet function is 3 times hello there 3 times, as you can see, and the same with the student name 3 times. So just scroll down here, and we'll put in Michael. Oh, I made a mistake here. So what went wrong? Greet is not defined. Okay, we haven't run that code there. Try again. Hello there, Michael, Sarah, and then Callum. Great. So it's exactly the same as the output that we had above, as you can see here. Well, okay. So moving on from that is our last function, or last function technically, yeah, it's task 4, function with control flow and formatting. So what we want to do is work with this code here, this big giant function, and of course I've taken the liberty to copy and paste this into an empty cell. As an example of the desired outputs, we have, for example, how many zombies are there? 110. Michael is running from 110 zombies. And then we've got our hints here. So we'll just scroll down. So number 1, use the eval and an operator. I didn't say what operator it was, but it should be quite obvious. It's going to be the AND operator. Okay, so what we want to do is convert this into an eval. So zombie into an eval. And let's put some code here. So for the first if statements, zombie between 1 and under 20. So zombie greater than or equal to 1 and zombie less than 20. And then we want to also do, for the first elif statements, zombie between 20 and under 100. So zombie greater than or equal to 20 and zombie less than 100, colon. And then we'll do zombie for the second elif between 100 and under 200. So greater than or equal to 100 and zombie under 200. And then we'll do the formatting. So this should be quite straightforward. What I'll do is simply do the control and then left tab, and left tab. And then we'll just delete this. That's going to be a slight problem there actually, but don't worry about that right now. So dot format, and then we'll do name zombie, and that should do it. Okay, that's fine. Just need to delete these here. Okay, so if we run this, this should be working okay now. So let's say we want to get the output that we had above. So how many zombies are there? 110. We'll just use the default name Michael for now. So we'll do survivor 110. Michael's running from 110 zombies. Great. Let's just try 9. Michael's fighting 9 zombies. And we can also change the name. So we'll put Daryl. We'll put in 220. Daryl is eaten alive by 220 zombies. Okay, great. So that concludes my lecture on the solutions to the functions exercise. I hope this has been insightful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks.